Breaking the code barrier. My first true no-code AI experience. Look at what I've created, and I didn't write any line of code. I've heard about the promise of software development without coding for decades. Tools have come and gone, each claiming to enable non-developers to build business solutions effortlessly. Yet, time and again, these solutions have boiled down to wizards and drag-and-drop interfaces that still require manual refinement without directly solving a business problem. Screens that only let people manipulate data, don't provide the business with insights, and don't address business workflows and processes. However, after 30 years in software development, I finally experienced something fundamentally different. This AI-first approach allowed me to build a working solution from natural language input alone, without writing a single line of code. The evolution of no-code promises. Since my early days in software development as a teenager, I've seen waves of tools that claim to simplify software creation. Developers have always sought ways to build solutions faster, from early mainframe replacements to rapid application development environments like Visual Fox Pro. In the late 90s and early 2000s, tools emerged that allowed developers to define entities, customers, orders, products, and auto-generate databases, CRUD screens, and reports. Many of these tools promised business users the ability to build applications without developers, but they were just frameworks that helped speed up basic application scaffolding. I recall a job interview in 2001 in which a candidate proudly presented his work only to review applications entirely built using FoxPro's application wizard without custom business logic. He hadn't actually developed anything beyond what the tool provided. This was a perfect example of how these so-called developer-free tools were limited in their real-world applicability. The flawed focus of traditional development. As I progressed in my career, I noticed a recurring pattern. Developers often focus too much on technical concerns rather than solving business problems. At conferences, I'd hear engineers debate which language or framework was superior while failing to articulate why their tools mattered to business stakeholders. I was recently at an event where a speaker confidently proclaimed, "Developers don't know your business, you do." The message was clear. Business owners and domain experts should be able to build their solutions without relying on developers. While this statement initially triggered me, I realized that, in many cases, he wasn't wrong. Too often, developers get caught up in the latest frameworks and technologies, failing to connect with the business problems they are meant to solve. This moment reinforced the importance of shifting focus from code to problem solving, a mindset that AI-first development is finally enabling at scale. When I transitioned from .NET to Ruby on Rails in 2011, it wasn't because Rails was the hottest new framework. It allowed me to solve business problems faster. Instead of drowning in boilerplate code, I could rapidly go from idea to functional software, iterating based on user feedback. This mindset, prioritizing problem-solving over technical perfection, has guided my approach since my first days using a computer and is now paying off more than ever. The AI-first development breakthrough. Fast forward to 2024, and the conversation around no-code has resurfaced with a game-changing element: AI. Artificial intelligence and machine learning are among our areas of expertise at Improving. We also build solutions for our clients, such as Improving Echo, the kind of project that will shape the future of institutional knowledge management. But we also look beyond that and explore our use of AI to solve various problems. As part of my exploration in an AI-first development experiment, I approached the problem differently. Instead of asking AI to write code, I voice journaled my thoughts describing problems a particular type of person has in a specific domain. Next, I used AI to 1. Create a user persona from those thoughts, highlighting goals, frustrations, and needs. 2. Extract key pain points and generate user stories from that persona. 3. Implement a feature based on one of those user stories, which included acceptance criteria and scenarios. In 5 minutes, I had a working software solution in my browser without touching a single line of code. Even when compilation errors arose, I fed the error messages back to the AI tool and it fixed them instantly. For the first time in 30 years, I had gone from a problem statement to a working software using only natural language. What this means for developers. This is not just another drag-and-drop tool. This is a fundamental shift. AI-first development changes the game by allowing faster iteration. We can now generate multiple possible solutions to a problem, present them to stakeholders, and refine them based on real-world feedback. Better alignment with business needs. Developers can spend more time understanding and defining problems instead of obsessing over syntax and boilerplate code. Increased accessibility. AI lowers the barrier for non-developers to contribute to software creation while enabling developers to focus on higher value tasks. AI-generated solutions still require critical thinking, validation, and refinement. The role of a developer isn't disappearing. It's evolving into that of a problem solver and curator rather than a code-writing machine. Conclusion: we have finally reached the point where tools can convert natural language input into functional software. Thus, the long-standing vision of describing what you need and getting working software is real. The implications are profound, not just for developers, but also for businesses, product teams, and software development. The question now is, are we ready to embrace this shift? I, for one, am all in.